Thank you all for checking out this video. My name is Tempest. I am the CEO along with my business partner, Antonio T. Smith Jr. We own and operate ATS Jr. companies, and I'm also the CEO of Nonprofits Are Us, which is a nonprofit consulting firm that produces profitable nonprofits. And today, we are collaborating today to show you all how to build an actual landing page. We talked to you about it in great detail, and now we are going to build an actual landing page. A few products that I am using WordPress to build my landing page because I bought a domain. I'm also using a plugin called Elementor. Elementor is a plugin that you can use on WordPress that basically helps you build pages, build blogs, build the design without you having to know how to code or how to program. Basically, it's drag and drop, but a lot of professionals uses Elementor. A lot of designers use it. We at ATS JR companies and soon Nonprofits Are Us will be using Elementor because it's easy, it looks excellent, and their templates, their products really do help you convert. The one thing I love about Elementor is they include tutorials. They email, I think, maybe once a month or so on inspiration, highlighting people who have built landing pages or built their entire website with their product. So that is always a good thing. So primarily in this video, that is what I'm working with. I purchased a domain for my business. We're actually building a landing page for Nonprofits Are Us, and I'm using WordPress and I'm using Elementor to do so. Elementor does have a free version of their product, but they also have a paid version that gets you a little bit more, obviously. So as of this recording, these are the prices. I recommend it, but if you don't have it to spend, no worries. The Elementor does have a free version that works perfectly. You just miss out on some different features. Not showing this in this video, but we also at ATS Jr. companies use something called Thrive Architect that is a product of thrivethemes.com. It basically does the exact same thing, just a little different, but the same concept. We normally use Thrive Architect for landing pages for our premium products or premium services, just to give it a completely different look from our website. But that is also something that you can use as well. But for this training, WordPress and Elementor is what I'm using. So a little back training before we get started. I mentioned I bought a domain, and I'm aware that some people may not have a domain or may not even know what a domain is. So quick training about that. Domain is the website or the web address of your for your website. The www dot yada 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 dot whatever is your domain. If you don't have a domain but you want to secure a domain for your business or for yourself, you can buy them from lots of places, One of the most popular places is GoDaddy.com. They always have a sale on domains. Right now, 30% off on this recording. You can go to GoDaddy or Bluehost or anywhere. Just type in a domain. When you get to the page, you can search for it to make sure no one has it. And it'll tell you someone currently has, like for instance, nonprofitsareus.com. Here's what else is available. You choose from .org, .net, .group, .info. I think there's a .xyz, .co, .org. And then if you're in different countries, .co, .uk, etc., etc. One thing about this is people buy their domains for cheap, but then once they get into building their website, they don't realize that they need hosting. So think of domain as your address for your house, right? www.godaddy.com. Think about that as the address for your house. Think about hosting as what makes your site visible, as they say. Think about hosting as your actual house. So you have to pay for your domain, and you have to pay for somewhere for your domain to exist. These are usually separate charges, but depending on where you buy your domain from, they may or may not have hosting included, or you can always host somewhere else. I won't get into that too deeply because that's a completely different training, but that's enough to get you started. So GoDaddy.com, Bluehost.com. There are thousands of other sites. Web.com. I think Google has Google domains. There are tons of places to buy domains from. I do suggest you secure your domain when you're ready, before you're ready to build your website, because your preferred domain may not be available. People buy domains all day, every day, and trust me, it is a market to be in. So say you're one of those people who are like, you know what, I don't want to I want to spend as least amount of money as possible. I don't want a domain, I don't want hosting, yada yada yada. What can I do? If you have an email marketing system or email marketing platform, nowadays they all normally include landing pages. You can build a landing page right from inside of it. I use, for Nonprofits Are Us, I'm using Mailchimp to keep costs down because Mailchimp is free up to 2,000 subscribers. And with that, I get to create landing pages. So if you don't want to buy a domain at this time, and hosting and Elementor and all that building, Mailchimp does have that feature to build a landing page. Not just Mailchimp, because there are thousands of email marketing systems or platforms out there, but I know of Mailchimp because we used to use it before, and now with Nonprofits Are Us, I am using it. But there's also ConvertKit, which is what we use at ATS Jr companies, which is fantastic. ConvertKit has landing page capability, constant contact, active campaign. There's one called Drip, and there are thousands of others. So don't be afraid to explore, or don't count out landing pages because you don't have a domain. You can build it right within your email marketing system, should it come with that feature. But nowadays, mostly all of them do, because everyone pretty much stays competitive. So back to WordPress. I am going to start building a landing page with WordPress, with Elementor, for you right now. And I will explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it. and show you features inside of Elementor to help you become better. So a few things I did off top: I installed WordPress, and then Elementor is a plugin, so I did have to come in and install the plugins. To do that, you go to plugins, you go to add new. Elementor, if you download it from their website, it saves it as a file, as a zip file. Don't unzip the file. That's how you upload plugins to WordPress. I would go here, upload plugin, choose file, and then scroll to where my file is. Click on that and hit open, and then install, and it will install. If you purchase the Pro Elementor, you actually have to install two plugins: the main Elementor plugin as well as the Pro. Once you install it, you come to click on install plugins. Here they are right there: Elementor, Elementor Pro. So now that they are installed, you have to validate it. It's going to ask you for your activation key and all that good stuff. So let's start building our landing page. Now, so many people, we get questions, say, well, I need a landing page, but I don't have a product. I don't have. No problem, because guess what? Nonprofits Are Us does not presently, as of this recording, have a product for sale, or my services are not even for sale because I have not started advertising that. Right now, I am focused on getting people subscribing to my email list. So first things first is if you want a landing page, you should, but I'm going to say you must have an email marketing system in place, because the purpose of a landing page is to get people to subscribe for either your lead magnet or to get on your email list. This is just going to be just to get people on my email list, because, as I said, I don't have a product ready to launch right now, but I am adding value to those people who subscribe to my email list. So if you don't have a product, you don't have a service, you're just starting out, great. So am I with this company, Nonprofits Are Us, and we are doing the same thing. So we're going to build a landing page that just captures leads. So I'm going to edit my homepage. This is what WordPress looks like when you're editing in WordPress, but I'm not going to use WordPress. I am solely using Elementor. So I'm going to hit edit with Elementor. It's loading and waiting for that to pop up. Every once in a while, it may give you a pop-up saying can't load right now, but it will give you instructions on how to fix that error. So this is when you get WordPress gives you a free theme or a free layout. This is what you see here, but I am going to completely cover that. So scroll down here. This little box here is where you can edit Elementor. But I'm going to change a couple of things. I am going to go to my settings and page layout. This is default, so it's thinking that I want to build on top of my theme. That's another thing. If you're using a theme in WordPress, you can still use Elementor on top of your theme. But for this training purposes and for my website, I am not going to use a theme. I am going to let Elementor completely design my website. So I don't want to use this theme. I'm going to come to page layout, and I want Elementor to be full width, meaning I want Elementor to completely take over all of this. Hide title. And I'm going to hit update. Okay. So I'm going to come here. Here you see a plus sign. Here you see a folder. Okay. This theme is called WordPress 2017, and there are some settings in this theme that I need to get rid of before I fully start using Elementor the way I want to. So I've opened up a different tab. Under appearance, you'll see things. This shows you the things that you have installed on your WordPress account. You can go in and click activate or live preview to see what their free things look like with your information. But like I said, I'm not going to use this theme, but it will be activated, but I'm going to put Elementor on top of it. But there are some settings I need to change before I do so. So I'm going to come to customize and go to, I believe I'm going to header media. Yes. And I am going to hide this image. And I'm going to go back and scroll, make sure nothing else is in my way. Make sure there's no other settings that I need so I can come back here and be okay. While I'm here, I'm going to go to site identity and add my logo because it will come in handy very soon. So select files. You guys get to see all of my business. And I'm going to just upload one. Let that upload. These are everything else are pictures that comes with Elementor based on a template that you select, but we'll get to that. I'm going to select that. I don't want to crop it. I want it to be the way it is and let it kind of auto crop. I'll do it this way. If you don't have a logo, don't worry. You don't need it to get started, but you should be thinking about one. A great place to go to get your logos is a website called Fiverr, Fiverr.com. This is a website for people who freelance to do things, from get everything from logos to graphics. You can get virtual assistants, so much, yada yada yada. Find someone with a great rating and have them do your website. So now that that's up, I'm going to hit publish. And then get back out of this. Again, I have two windows open. You don't necessarily have to. But I knew it was something else I had to do before I get started. So I'm going to come back here where I'm actually editing and hit refresh. And now that that big picture is gone, now we can get to work. So here, this box is where you will work with Elementor. There's a folder that's full of templates that we'll get into. And then there is a plus sign that coincides with these elements over here. So let me just show you. Plus, you can select if you want columns or not from here, or your structure for this one section. Hit the one column, hit these dots to go back to the elements, and you can click and drag inside the plus, and voila, you drag and drop, click and play, etc. But I'm not going to use that right now. Okay, you can right click to delete. I don't need this section, period, so I'm going to get rid of that. So let's go to the templates. Click the folder, and Elementor has a library of templates already customized, built out. All you would have to do is go in, change words, change colors, change pictures, etc., etc. There are, I believe, over 200 of these. A lot are available through the Pro. You'll see a lot that say Pro. That's available to the people who pay for Elementor. So remember I said there's a free version and then there's a paid version. Paid version gives you a little extra. This is part of the extra. So these are 300 Pro templates. But the the non-paid version also has templates for you to use as well. So let's scroll through this. You can one-click a home page for business, a home page for an app, home page for interior design, home page for a coffee shop, home page for product. Those are home pages. These are templates for one pages. About page, landing pages. They have already done the work for you. If you don't want to build out a landing page, you can click install and ready to go. There are a lot of landing pages. I do see a lot of them are pro, but there are a few if you don't want to pay for that. So let's see if I see one that I want. Just because a landing page says, this is a free tip, just because the template says real estate or hotel or festival or app or chiropractor, financial consultant, whatever, just because it gives it a name doesn't mean you have to use it for what it says. So this says for a coach, but say you like the way, click the magnifying glass, say you like the way it looks and you're not a coach, you are a restaurant owner or you're an author or whatever. You don't have to use it just because it says culture. You can use it for whatever. You can take out the words. That's just Elementor giving you an idea, but don't let it restrict you because that's not what that necessarily means. So pages, you can choose from anything. Click insert and it will install on your page. Before we start that, I do want to show you something else. Say you see these templates and you don't necessarily like them, or you like pieces of them but not all of them. You can delete certain sections and insert other sections. You click on blocks. You can literally build your page or landing page the way you want. They have templates for just sections. These are everything, but let me customize it. About, if you want a section that says just about you, but you don't necessarily want to use their page templates, you can use their section templates. So this is pretty cool. A block that's just for about. So let me show you what it'll look like. You can insert, not the whole page, just this one section, and you can keep adding section until you have the page that you want. I'm not going to show everything about Elementor because that is a whole training by itself, but just want to show you some ideas on what you can do. So back to the pages, I am going to use a page that's already built out and kind of change it to my needs. But don't be surprised if you come back to my website and see something completely different, because maybe I decided to change it. That's just no preference, but I will use what I'm showing you all for a good chunk until I decide to make a change. I want something very sleek and simple for my landing page. Again, I'm not selling a product because at this time I do not have a product. I do not have a service, but I do have me, and I am a resource, and I want nonprofits, nonprofit owners, people thinking about nonprofits or starting a nonprofit. I want to be a resource to them, but I want my page as sleek as possible. So let's just choose. Let's go back to the culture. I'm going to hit insert and let it load up to my page. So I'm obviously not Tom. I am Tempest. So I will change that information. Again, watching the previous videos on how to build a landing page, there are certain elements that we want to make sure that we have on our landing page. So first things first is we want a headline. Life Coach Tom, find and live your purpose without fear is a headline. But I'm not Tom, I'm Tempest. Make your nonprofit profitable. For my audience, that is attention grabbing because of things that they struggle with within my industry. So you want something that's going to grab people's attention, just like a newspaper. The newspaper headline or an article headline should capture your attention. How many people see an article on social media and read the headline and think that they know everything that the article is about? So I have my headline. I'll change colors and stuff later, but to quickly show you, I would click where I added my headline. I would come over here where it says edit heading, go to style and change the color. I'm going to change my background, but for now that'll work. So we have my headline. I also want a subheadline. The subheadline should continue down the path that my headline started, and my headline is going to be clear, concise, and coupled. This is clear, it's concise, and it's coupled. So I want to go into a little bit more detail about my headline. Nonprofits are us is producing profitable nonprofits through we educate and train organizations how to build, launch, and grow nonprofits that make a difference. Boom. Again, if I wanted to change, if I wanted to make this centered, I would come here. If I want to make it right, if I want to make it justified, left, right, center, etc., I'm going to leave it as it is. If I wanted to make HTML tag, this is basically how big you want it. I want it to leave the same, so I don't want to change that. I can, instead of typing here, I can type in this area, and that will change this. If I wanted to link these words to something, I can come in, type in a URL or a domain, and click the little wheel for more options. Do I want this to open in another window, etc. Change the font or color or anything like that. I would come under style, text color, typography is your fonts. Do I want a shadow? No, etc. This is advanced. Change your margins. Change the padding. Padding basically is the space above, below, left, right on here. Scrolling effect. Do I want this to be sticky or not? Background, not the background, because I am in my heading, editing the heading. Do I want this background to be different? I want it to be the same. Do I want a border? Responsive means how does it look on a phone, desktop, tablet, mobile. Cool thing about Elementor is it shows you right here down below. Responsive mode, it is a it shows you what mode it's in. So this is obviously a desktop. I can choose a tablet, then it changes to a tablet design. I can choose a mobile, change it to mobile design. You want to make sure that you are looking at your page in all of these modes, because people jump on websites from different devices. So you want to make sure it looks good on every type of device. So for now, I'm going to leave it in the desktop mode. There is a way to get rid of this. Let me go back to my settings, because I don't like this heading, and Elementor lets you build a heading. So I'm going to go back to my settings under layout. Layout will give you a quick explanation of what choice you make does. So Elementor full width. This template includes the header, full width content, and footer. But I want to make my own. So for now, I'm going to use Elementor Canvas, where it's just the page, no header, no footer, just Elementor. That way, that horrific header is gone. And I'm going to hit update so I don't lose my work in case it crashes. Then I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to call it a keypad, because that's what it looks like, to get back to my elements. So I have my headline. I have my sub headline. And now I am going to, since this is here, I'm going to talk about this section right here. Remember, I said that if you have a landing page, you should have a email marketing system, email marketing platform, because the point of the landing page is to not only show you not show you the product or the service or whatever it is, it's to get people to sign up. So this section, Elementor does an excellent job, because it understands conversion. It's put it right here for you. Here it has, the template has name, email, phone number, get started. You can change this however. So if I click on it, form fields, name of form, I'm just going to say nonprofit. Nonprofits are us. Sign up, email sign up. And I can add whatever elements I want. So if I wanted people to give me their name, Email, phone number, I can add that there. If I wanted a fourth item, I can have them put in their URL. I can have them add a number. I can have questions for them to check off. I can have them upload a file. So Mailchimp, Elementor uses forms, not only for your email marketing system. You can connect it to that, but you can use it as an actual form for people to fill out information. If you're familiar with most Contact Us pages, has a form for you to fill out. You can use Elementor's built-in form to create that as well. But for this purpose, I'm using this form to connect to my Mailchimp account. I do not want people, wow, I'm just showing all kind of information. I do not want people to give me their phone number for this, because I know through experience that people just signing up for your website only want to give you as much information as possible in a quick way. Um, in a quick way. So I'm not going to ask for their phone number, but I do want their name and email address. So I'm going to click on the form. If it lets me, be great. Okay. And I'm going to take off phone, and I just want name and email address. I'm going to change the words on the submit button from get started to get profitable. Make your nonprofit profitable. You want this to be something enticing for them. Small. You can change the size of it: small, medium, extra large, large. I'm going to leave it at small. You can add an icon to your button if you want, but I'm not going to do that. This section called Actions After Submit. If you want, in this case, Wordpress to send you an email when someone signs up. For instance, if you want people to fill out a form, like to contact you or whatever, that makes sense. For this, I want people to go straight to my Mailchimp. So Mailchimp, you can redirect them to a different page. Drip is a email marketing system, active campaign, get response, convert kit. But say your email marketing system is not on here listed, just go to Elementor and it will show you how to connect one of the ones that's not listed. So I want this to go to Mailchimp, and then somewhere in my settings for my website, I would connect my Mailchimp to this website, and that will show you. I'm not going to do that because to do so requires showing a lot more personal information. But quickly, you would go to Elementor, you would go to settings, you would go to integrations, and Mailchimp API Key. When you go in Mailchimp, or when you go in Drip, Active Campaign, ConvertKit, etc., somewhere in your settings, it will give you an API key that will connect or integrate one with the other, so they both talk to each other, and that way, less work on your end. See, it even says now that I put Mailchimp for actions after submit, now it asks me. Mailchimp is saying, hey, set your Mailchimp API key, but I'll do that afterwards. Email is here because I'm going to take it off, but for illustration purposes, say you wanted this form emailed to you, you would set up how it comes into you or how it goes out to them, etc. So any additional options that's not really necessary. If I want to change the color of this, color of, anything like that, field, change the padding, background, button, messages, I'll do that here. So now my landing page has a heading. Now it has a subheading. And this is my call to action. Make your profit. Not necessarily my only call to action, but this is a call to action. Next, I need a description. So I can either do that here. There's a there's an area on this template for me to do a description. You want your description clear and concise, again, because people have short attention spans, and you want to make sure you have proofread what you said. So this doesn't necessarily have to be in order. This is just elements that you want on your landing page. This section is for testimonials. You obviously want testimonials. You want people singing your praises. So remember I said I don't have a product or a service as of yet. No problem. I would then ask people or get people to do a testimony about me and put it on my landing page for my business, because I'm showing you that you can trust me, because look at all these other people who trusted me with their stuff. So I would come in here and have testimony. So I'm going to change this description about the therapy, about nonprofits are us, and I will do a quick description. Nonprofits are us tries to change the narrative about nonprofits, beginning with nonprofit owners, nonprofit organization leaders. We will help you successfully launch, strategize on launching your nonprofit, finding your target audience, following necessary paperwork, and more. We are also a training. We also online training university called Nonprofits ATS University with courses covering filing as a corporation with your state, IRS status, volunteer program, marketing, fundraising, and much more. Since that's not built already, I will repeat my form or build another form, because I want people to sign up so they will know when all that is ready. So instead of coming here, finding form, drag, drop, and all that, I could do that. Or if I want to keep this the same, I would come up here, click edit, I would right click and hit duplicate. And I would, well, this isn't a good example because I duplicated inside of it. But essentially, if I duplicated this, let me duplicate the whole thing, duplicate this whole section, I could drag it to where I want it to go. Not looking like that, obviously. Delete this one. Hopefully it doesn't delete everything. I could change, since I have that one behind it, I can change this, change that gray, change this green, etc. But you get the idea. I don't want you to read more because I don't have more pages. My only goal for this landing page is to get you to convert. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete this button because another element are clickable buttons, but I don't want you to read more if I don't have more for you to read. So let's just drag and drop, build a form. I do not want it like that. I don't have a message. I just want your name and email. I don't want it to say send. I want it to say I can either say learn more or learn more. And instead of it taking them to, the previous button said read more, but the button won't link to Mailchimp, the form will. I want them to do everything on this page. That's why I'm saying learn more, and you will get on my page and we'll go from there. Again, I'm going to take off email, but I'm going to put Mailchimp. Mailchimp is going to ask me for this information since I have not entered that information. That's why you see that sign. I can come in and change the gaps, change the row, change the spacing, change the field, change the button color, etc. Message, advanced, yeah. But the goal here is for you to learn more, convert, and get on my email list. So I have a call to action. I've shown you testimonials. The goal is to establish trust. My buttons are clickable because I made them link to my email marketing system. Images. This template comes with images. I can change it. So for instance, I think his name was Tom. I can click on Tom, delete Tom, and insert something else in Tom's place, which I will do. I can delete this background. I think I'm just going to delete Tom for now. Delete. Tom did add some padding on, so I would either add something here or add some padding. For these illustration purposes, I'm going to add Tom back. Oh, and say for instance you did something and you're like, oh my God, I want to undo. Come down below, click this arrow back button where it says history, and simply click on the last action that you did before you messed up. So before I messed up, I was editing forms. Now Tom is back. But if I wanted me here, I could put me. If I wanted a completely different background here, I can have a different background. This section I can do whatever I wanted to. I can keep it in the same columns. Remember, this is just a template. This is not what you must do. So I could say maybe keep the same energy, A to Z guide on building a profitable nonprofit. And here I would just give more, if I'm to use this, give more reasons why you should choose nonprofits or us. Since I'm getting you to just get on my website, why you should sign up for getting you to sign up for my email list, why you should. So same thing, headline, quick subheadline, headline, quick subheadline, headline, quick subheadline, headline, quick subheadline. Say you don't want 3, you could go to the 1 column. I mean, you don't want the 4 columns, you want 3. You can come to the column, right click, and delete, and it will remove that one. And you can click here and drag, click here and drag, click here and drag to resize. So basically everything you could possibly do in Elementor, everything you can imagine for Elementor, you can do it. It's very easy. I do recommend spending some time with it, learning it, figuring out what you want, and make it happen. Last but not least, you want to make sure you stay above the fold, meaning you want to maximize as much space as possible without people having to scroll all the way down for more information. So this is why I elected to keep the format, and this is why Elementor is so good, because it recognizes that above the fold is necessary. That's how you convert. So bam, make your nonprofit profitable. Bam, a sub headline that matches my headline. And hey, sign up for more information. Make your nonprofit profitable. Give me your name and email. So you don't have to guess what I'm here for. You don't have to guess on what I'm trying to do. You don't have to scroll all the way down to find out, what's the purpose. You find the purpose up front. Remember, people have short attention spans, and the longer time it takes them to figure out what they're supposed to do, the faster they are going to click off. And you want people to be on your page as much as possible. So above the fold, how much information are you providing above the fold? Look at it from a tablet point of view. This is how it will look on your phone, on your iPad, your Android tablet, etc. Now, here's the tricky part, because on mobile, this is not above the fold. People have to scroll a little bit. So what I can do is play with those paddings that I showed you about earlier. Make it negative, makes it go down, but if I raise it up some, there we go. Raise it up some, that helps. If I remove Tom like I am going to do, that will help as well. Maybe Tom has too much padding, or maybe he's way too big on this page. I can downsize him a little bit. That way on the phone, name, email, click without scrolling. But you have to play with it because you want to make sure it looks good on both. So I'm actually going to change him back to full to keep it. But you can change it. Like I said, you want your landing page as simple as possible. That will help you convert as fast as possible with a clear and concise headline, with a clear and concise subheadline. I have my description. I have another headline, so you know what this section is about. Punctuation, grammar, spelling. I have testimonials, although they're not my testimonials. There is a section for it. So, not what my trainees say. I would say I can either call this testimonials. I can say what people have to say. Whatever catches your audience's attention. You want the testimonials to be kind of short as possible. Get to the point. Bam, how did you make a difference? This is just a template you don't have to have for. You can come here, you can remove, or you can have more than 4. Say you like this layout, but you have 6 that you want. You'll click here, right click and duplicate. And now I have 6. That way I don't have to drag and drop. But if I did want to drag and drop, I would click here. Let me move this out the way. I would scroll down my elements. That's what these are called. Elements, and either find the testimonial carousel. That means ones that are constantly moving. Or I will look for the one that says testimonial. And I would drag and drop it here. Maybe this stands out. I would type. I can add a picture. I can add, their name, their job title. If I wanted to link them, link their website or their social media, I can put that there. That way you can find out more about John Doe. Since I don't want that, I'll delete it. And since I don't need 6, I'll delete that as well. This is just an element to the template that I clicked here. I don't want you to start to change. I want you to convert. So don't be afraid to have sign up for my list or convert to my email list in more than one place. I do recommend at least 3 sections, because some people, attention span short, they're going to do it here. Some people, depending on their personality, they're going to read some more. They're going to want some more information, but you don't want them reading, ready to convert, and forget to scroll up to fill out their information. So put it in the most obvious spots. This is midway, about midway down. So I want people who get here not to forget to subscribe. And then if you just so happen to be all the way at the bottom, I'm going to put something powerful here. More than likely, your nonprofit organization deserves to be profitable. And here I can delete this button, go back to my elements, find a form, drag it to that spot, and make people sign up. And of course, I can make this a little bit more side to side, or I can leave it as is. But I want people to, no matter where they are, to have the opportunity to sign up for my list so I can convert. That's what I was looking for. Make me profitable. Again, I'm going to hit update so I don't lose my work. And now I have a working landing page that I could launch, but of course I'm going to go back and add in some testimonials. I'm going to change this, and there it goes. This now connects to, or once I connect it to, this now will connect to Mailchimp, so they automatically go to Mailchimp. Before I close, remember I said if you don't have a domain, you don't have hosting, you don't have you know, a website, you don't want to go through all that, etc., etc. Your email marketing system should be able to provide that service for you. Just yeah, most of them do. In Mailchimp, you would click on campaigns, you would create new campaign, and over here on the left hand side, there's something called, instead of a campaign email or whatever, you're going to create your landing page. And you can give it a name. So let's just call it test landing page. And it's going to ask you, Mailchimp will ask, what list do you want? When someone goes to your landing page, they enter their name and email. What list do you want them to go to? Which brings me back here. Say I had put in my API for Mailchimp in here, and I have different lists. So say this landing page was for a specific product in Mailchimp. I have an email list just for that product so I could email them and interact with them. Once I put in my API, all my lists would generate here. So I would be able to select. So here the same thing, but since I only have one list, that's what's here. But say I had clients, say I had startup, marketing, grants, fundraising, etc. I could choose that. But since I only have the one list, I would do that, hit begin. And Mailchimp or Constant Contact or Active Campaign or Drip or ConvertKit has templates for your landing pages. And what I could do is select a template no matter what it says and go from there. So let's just choose this one. Again, same concept with Elementor. This is a template, but doesn't necessarily mean you have to keep everything that's here. I could change my headline. I can change my sub headline. I want people, call to action, I want people to convert. I could go in here and say, no, I want their first name too. I can change subscribe to whatever I want. I can tell ConvertKit what happens after someone puts in their information, what I want them to do. Save and close. I could change this image if I wanted to. I could change this if I wanted to. Hear what our customers have to say because testimonials are important. A description, another description. I don't have to have that. I can do whatever I want. Oh, once again, don't forget, I want you to subscribe to my list. And the end. You save and close. Mailchimp will give you you can add a title to it. So this is test landing page again. Save. URL. In Mailchimp, you can pay for, to connect it to your domain, or you could use, you can type in whatever you want here and it will generate a URL with whatever you want at the end. I don't want to use it, so save so you can see. That would be the URL. This will be what list it goes to. This gives you a preview of what it looks like. Again, all email marketing systems or platforms, because they are competitive, are offering the same thing. Some have more details than others. Some have more features than others, but they all do the same thing. Create a landing page to help you convert into profits. And that is how you create a landing page using WordPress and Elementor. By the time you see this this landing page will probably be completely different, but I did want to show you how it looks, how you can play with it. Oh, and a few more things. I showed you how to drag your elements over here, yada yada yada, and I showed you how to go to templates and you can use the blocks. So say I just wanted to make a landing page just using the different blocks that I can also change or whatever. I would do the exact same thing except I'm building it piece by piece. So I could put a header and footer if I wanted to. I could use a call to action. Call to action would be subscribe, learn more, become profitable. Um, let's use this one. I'm going to hit insert. And I could use the block and build my website block by block instead of an entire page. Or I can add on to the page if I wanted to. Say it was missing something, or say I wanted another section of testimonials. I could add a block for testimonials and go from there. This same thing, you would edit this, you would edit that. You would come here and edit this information how you want it. I don't necessarily need a last name. Change the submit button if I wanted to. Actions after submit. You always make sure to come here and change my settings and go from there. And once I'm done, I will hit update. And then if I want to see it, I would type nonprofitsartist.net and you would see my landing page. So that's how you build a landing page based off the information that we've given you in previous trainings about how to build. You want to make sure that your landing page is easy to read. The font is a good size, not a bad color, background isn't making your font hard to read, etc., etc. Not too big, not too small. With just enough information to make someone come back and convert with you. You want pictures or some kind of graphics on your landing page, or you can always add a video, which also helps convert people as well. To use a video, if it's on YouTube or Venmo, Daily Motion, you would simply copy and paste the URL. Or if it's a short video, I recommend like very short, not a big size video. You can upload it to WordPress or to whatever host you use and upload it and it'll play from there. But that is how you build a landing page. If you have questions, always feel free to hit that discussions tab and ask any questions you may have and drop me a link to your landing page so we can see and help you in any way possible. Thanks again for watching. See you all next time.
Hey everybody, is your business under construction right now? I really hope it is, because you're exactly who we're looking for. No one else does this. I want to show you the plugins, the tools. You won't need us for anything because we will not hold back. In the ATS company, that's what we do. But look around. If your business looks like this, if you've got the vision, you've got the people, or you don't have people, it's just under construction. Let me put some walls on your business. This is what I'm going to do. Not only am I going to give you the landing page that we're about to give you, I'm going to give you $3,000, $4,000 worth of how to do sales funnels from start to finish. Almost 100 hours for $50. You see what I just said? For $50. I'm going to put walls on your building, cement on your floors, and money in your pocket. All you have to do is watch this landing page, get happy, be ready, and dominate.